Hey guys, I've been tinkering with totems, and totems are pretty fun. They seem pretty good, and I was just trying to find a way to make them a little bit better. And I'm not quite. I don't really want to drop a link to how it works yet because I haven't done proper testing. I went to do the testing on that tier 4 Zhesht, but it turns out they reset your Atlas tree. So public service announcement, make sure you check your Atlas tree after the update, because I went to damage test on a tier 4 Zhesht and I ended up getting a tier 1, which was really frustrating. So if you're playing since the update yesterday, this is in 0.2, and they did the loot update, you might want to go in and make sure that your update, you fix your Atlas tree, because if you go to kill the tier 4 Zhesht for fun and it ends up being a tier 1, you're going to be like me and be really disappointed. So, but I'm still tinkering with this, but totems are very good in like all the content except for mapping. So the biggest thing I'm working on is trying to figure out a way to adapt it for mapping to make it feel good in mapping. But I'll let you know when I get a little further along. Because totems are really good in like every form of content except mapping. So I'm just trying to find a way to adapt totems for mapping that feels good, because totems and mapping, or it's kind of like the only downside that totems have is they don't feel the greatest in mapping. But like they're not bad. They're single targeted mapping if you use upheaval is not as good, but you get really good like clear with this setup. So I don't know. I do think this is a decent setup. I do have to still like tinker with this and work on it, but it's like very lazy. You know what I mean? Like I like the unbreakable build better than totems for mapping for sure. But I do think totems have their place if you're a warrior player, and I do think they're very ethical. So I think this is a good ethical build that will probably still be viable, even after like future patches, because I don't think they're like broken or unbalanced. I've been kind of experimenting with them since yesterday, when they did the loot filter updates. So I do think, yeah, or the loot updates. Sorry, my mistake. Not the loot filter updates. It's just felt good on the loot filter because you know there actually is loot now. But yeah, I think totems are viable. I think they're good. Like you still clear just fine with them. They're very safe. Like it's a very very safe clear. Like I think if you were playing like a hardcore character, like totems might be really good just because you can make it really safe. And I'm playing as a smith, right? So this isn't even like the optimal ascendancy for totems. Like you'd probably want to be playing totems on like a warbringer or a titan. Like a titan's going to give you way more totem damage, right? Warbringer's going to be more tanky. So like I think like totem warbringer is probably the best out of all the totem runners. But like this is decent, right? Like the clear is still decent. I still have to do some like tinkering around with this, but it does feel not too bad. So I'll get you guys an update once I've spent a little more time with this. But even now, I think it's pretty decent, right? And like it's really safe because like you stun everything a lot. You have lots of CC. There's also these other like ground pop totems. And I think if you were playing a Titan, these would also be really good. I don't have like damage set up on them or anything, or like anything properly set up on these totems, but they are viable. But the ancestral totem is definitely the GOAT. It's really strong. So your single target isn't amazing, but this is like a very relaxing mapping experience, even with the totems. So I'm still working on making this better. I do think that it will be viable, and it's like obviously very good at bossing. So once I spend a little more time tinkering with it, I haven't dropped any of this into Path of Building or anything. I've just been kind of experimenting with it, and I do think that it's very good so far. Big thing I've noticed with totems is you have to be careful about killing yourself, because especially when you swap to double hammers, your totems use a lot of your HP. Like look at my HP go down. Like they're like really bad on your HP, right? So you got to be like super mindful of that. But yeah, like as far as like single target, they seem really decent. Like I'm not even switched to single target. I'm just running whatever, right? Like they're really good. They're really consistent. So I don't know. I'm enjoying them. I'm gonna do some more experimenting with them, and see if I can figure out how to make them stronger. But I think totems are definitely fun and interesting. So I'll let you guys know when I get a little further in. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one.